Hi students, good morning to all. My name is T. Rashekar, working as a lecturer in civil engineering, SRRS Government Polytechnic, Sicily. So this subject is for the 5th semester civil engineering students of final year, 5th semester. So the subject name is Construction Management and Entrepreneurship. Subject code 18C 592. So the topic is preliminary planning and organizational aspects. So the main topic is duties of officers. So this is from the first chapter, introduction and organizational aspects. So in the previous videos we have discussed the duties of officers 1. Now we are going to see the duties of officers 2. Objectives. On completion of this period, you would be able to know the functions of administrative officers. So we will know the what are their duties and what are their functions and how they will work. We will know in this class. So in the previous class we have seen the functions and duties of chief engineer and superintending engineer. So they are the having the so many powers and administrative powers also. So we have seen their duties and their works, what are the in the any engineering department. So here also today we are going to see some more officers duties. Let us see now, that is know the duties of the executive engineer. So now today we are going to see the executive engineer duties and their powers, and deputy executive engineer duties and his powers, and assistant executive engineer in the government departments. So moral, if we have the time we will be speaking about the assistant executive engineer and assistant engineer also. So here you can see administrative officers are the main persons having full powers, with gazetted officers also we will be calling them. Okay, they are the technical staff engineers for the each and every department. They will be maintaining the each and every uh, construction work. So they will be inspecting the sites and they will be checking the construction sites works are going or not, and they will be taking the progress works regarding the construction works. So let us see the duties of executive engineer and deputy executive engineer and assistant executive engineer's works. So once we recap, in the previous class we have discussed that what are the important duties of chief engineer. So we have seen that the duties of chief engineer also. So that is submitting budget proposals to the government. So he will be submitting the whatever the construction projects works are there, whatever the budget proposals are there, he will be submitting to the government because he is the authority. The government has selected him to maintain the and distribute the construction works to the construction sites by the staff members involved in the department. So he is the in charge of the district or a state in the division for the department office. Okay, so that's why he have to check the budget proposals and he have to show it to the government for the approval, and controls the expenditure in collaboration with accountant general. So he should be learn the regarding the finance also. So he should be collaborate to control the expenditure of amount, how much should be spent and how much amount should be saved in the department. Okay, so unusually the amount should not be wastage in the department because the concerned amount should be controlled by the chief engineer is very important. So that is the concept of the chief engineer duties. So these chief engineer and superintendent engineer controls the total department in their premises. Okay. So they will be controlling the employment, transfers of the staff, etc. Everything. Okay. So they will be doing the employment. They will be giving the employment also, and for the staff, any requirement is there, they will be giving the transfers also. So that will be done by the chief engineer duties. So they have that much powers also. And next, so you can see the duties of superintendent engineer also. So here also he can be controlling administrative and technical control of circuit. So superintendent engineer will be controlling the administrative and technical control also. Under the his category, he will be find outing the every proposals, and he will be exercises financial control by accepting tenders up to 50 lakhs rupees. So 50 lakhs rupees he can sanction. So he will be finalizing schedules of rates. So these are things we have seen in the previous videos, and he will be inspecting the progress of works periodically, monthly or weekly or yearly, etc. So now let us see the executive engineer. Who is this executive engineer? So what is the qualification of the executive engineer? So executive engineer qualification minimum, it will be, he will be a graduate. Okay, he will be a graduate from a concerned university, and he will be written examination from the public service commission, and he will be getting the job as an executive engineer. So what these executive engineer duties are there? So executive engineer is the real kingpin in the department. So not over the chief engineer or superintendent engineer, but they cannot see all the works where they're running. They cannot handle moreover. But executive engineer is the center point person. He will be dealing with the higher positions and lower position. So that's why executive engineer is the real kingpin in the department. So with its proposals only, the budget will be approved and bills will be approved, and transfers or anything type of problems will be solved by the executive engineer. And he is responsible for planning, scheduling, and controlling the progress of works. So the planning of construction works will be planned by the executive engineer. So as per the planning, whether the works are running or not, he will be checking the plan. Whether as per the planning, the construction work has started or not. So what is the status of the work? Whether the as per the planning the work is completed, and any concrete work or any steel work has completed or not, he is the responsible. And scheduling and controlling also, he will be given the progress works regarding the execution team. He will be inspecting the construction site, and he will be monitoring the site, and he will be checking the materials, and he will be checking the drawings, and he will be checking the steel reinforcement details, what type of diameters are using, and whether any lapping is there, and what are the column diameter reinforcements. So everything will be checking in the site. So that's why he is the totally responsible for the any type of construction work. And he heads the division and controls expenditure. So within his division, he will be controlling the expenditure. That means the amount which is came from government, that amount should be spent in the construction site. So that in the construction site, the amount what he is spending should be given to the contractors or the company engineers. So the client, the another person will be there. He will be the company director or a member in charge of the site, and project managers, general managers will be there. So with them, they have to conduct the meetings, and executive engineer should be give the approvals to them for the running the section of works. So executive engineer well knows the all the categories of works in this division. So he will be able to handle the all the works within his premises. So he can give the approves and he can sanction the budget to the contractors and engineers of the company of the works. And what are the duties of executive engineer? So he will verifies that all works are taken as per administrative approval and technical sanction. So executive engineer first he will be checking the whether as per the government rules the work is going on or not, and whether as per the IS standard specifications the measurements are taken or not, whether IS 456 code any other specific designs are maintaining or not, and the in the administrative approval you can see moreover the drawings which are related to the plan section and elevation. Okay, these kind of things will be done by the executive engineer. And the technical sanction also, the amount which is done or which is taken or approval by the executive engineer, it will be done by the executive engineer. So he is the authority of the person will be checking these all things, and he will exercises effective quality control and ensures that the constructions are taken up as per specification. So this is the another point. The executive engineer must compulsory check the quality control. So quality control means what you will there: cement, sand, steel, concrete work or any aggregates. So for bricks also whether standard bricks are there or not, whether first class bricks or second class bricks or third class bricks, what is their compressive strength? You have to check it. And what are the cement they are using in the construction, whether as per the 43 grade or 53 grade, or whether IS 456 cement, whether good quality cement they are using or not. And you have to check the quality of cement and soundness of cement. And the sand, whether the sand which is using river sand or any other mud sand they are using, you have to identify with the ice itself. So that much experience will have the executive engineers. By seeing with their eyes, they can say the quality of the materials. Okay, and they will be checking all the specifications whether the standard dimensions are taken or not, whether from footing, bottom of the footing, and from the marking of the stretcher, as per the stretcher marking all the measurements were taken or not. So that will be identified and rectified. So these executives engineers are, moreover, they will be inspecting the sites periodically. Why? Because they want to see the how what is the progress of work in the circles, and they will be scrutinizers and sanctions estimates. So they will be checking the bills. If any wrong bills are submitted, they will be cancelled that. And if any remarks or any overwritings are there, they will be cancelling the bills. And if any amount is pending, so they will be releasing the amount and sanction the budget. So for the construction, any materials are required in the construction sites, so they will be giving the approval to the companies. So in this way, the executive engineer will be checking the all the details and everything. So and he will be sanctioning the amount also. Okay, and he will give the completion reports of works. So if any work is completed, that should be finalized and prepare the report. So that report you have to check it. So one more point is missing here. In effective quality control, he will be checking the checklist also. So the checklist which are maintaining in the construction site or not, he will be checking on. So we will have for the quality control, a checklist will be there. Whether in the checklist everything is correct or not, as per the checklist they are using or not, he will be identified. Okay. So in checklist dimensions will be there, concrete will be type of cement will be there, standard sizes will be there, aggregates which type of material is there. Okay, so form work will be there, and you will be checking the form work shuttering material sizes also. Okay, so all are okay, then he will be prepare the report and he will be submitting to the executive engineers. So these executive engineers will give the reports to the permission or approval from the chief engineer or superintendent engineer, and he will maintain contractors accounts properly with the help of divisional accounts officer DAO. So the contractors registers or any account details whichever regarding the budgets or project works, so they will be maintaining these all the documents in the divisional accounts officer in his divisional office. So every month they will be checking the details of the contractor's office and they will be checking the details. So these are the duties of executive engineer, and moreover he will make the payment to the contractors and employees under his control. So in executive engineer division office also, under his the contractors will be there and the employees will be there. Okay. So regarding salaries any pending, he will be cleared, and regarding any budgets or any other payments to the contractors, he will be sanctioned amount to them. Okay. So that he will be identifying the contractors who are there in the construction works, and he will be giving the permissions to the upcoming works also, and that's why his duties. And he will ensure that all tools, plant and machinery are properly maintained. So he will be checking the not only the materials in the construction work, and he will be checking the tools, plant and machinery also, whether the tools are working or not. Vibrator needle example. Okay, and next slab vibrated. Okay, and any concrete mixers. Okay, RMC plants, machineries just like dozers, crane, hydraulic, okay, weightlifting equipments. So these are all called machineries. So these machineries are also compulsory, they are maintaining or not, the engineer will be checked. So improper materials or machineries or anything used, so that will be getting a break of the work. So that all will be not sanctioned for the contractor. So in company, the whatever the tools and plants are there, they should be kept in the properly good condition. Whether they are working or not, we have to repair it. Otherwise, when the inspection has done by the executive engineer, the which was plants and machines were not running, the works will be cancelled or the budget will be not sanctioned. Okay, so these types of problems will be occurring at the time of inspection of executive engineer. So in order to control these problems, so the duties of executive engineer will be controlling the sites, and he will verify material at site and tools and plant accounts. So in material at site means whether the material at site is there or not, just like cement aggregates 40 mm, 20 mm, 60 mm aggregates, and bricks, whether cement bricks or red bricks, and boulder stones, and steel, whether 8 mm, 10 mm, 20 mm, 16 mm rods are there or not, and tools for just like hand gloves, hammers, uh, okay. So whatever earthwork excavation tools, uh, for soil filling tools, okay, safety equipments, and plant, okay, the plant which is generally related to the concrete, we will call it as batching plant, or concrete plant also. So where the concrete will be prepared in that plant by the grade M25, M20 as per the characteristic strength of the concrete. It will be properly mixed in the batching plants. So he will be verifies whether these all things are not there in the site. If they are not in the site, the problems will be occurred in a different manner. So the problems will be arised when these are tools and plants materials are not in the site only. So these will be continuing here. So maintaining the all the rules and regulations. Okay. So that is the condition of the material itself. Okay. And the tools and plants also will be checked by the engineers. And he will writes off unserviceable articles. The unserviceable articles means the articles which are related to the generally materials or any other extraordinary items which are there, which are not usable in the construction works, that will be written by the executive engineer. So that is nothing but unmiscellaneous items also we will be saying on. So that problems will be arising, different types of extra any other items will be available in the site. Okay, so these all things will be happening when the inspection of executive engineer has done, and he will maintains the contractor's ledger and works register. So contractors ledger and the works registers books also will be there at the divisional office. So whether the contractors are coming daily or not, or their works are going in prominent way, and how many labors and what are the materials they are taking, that will be recorded in the ledger book. And works register, what are the works their people are doing, what are the works their people are maintaining in the site, and what are the works which are related to them, so that all everything will be registered in the registers. Okay, and more, he will check the structural stability of all government buildings in the division. So if it is a building works are there, he will be checking the stability of the government buildings also. And whether it is the bridges are there, he will be checking the stability of the government bridges also. And whether if it is a any other dams or any other road works are there, he will be checking the structural stability of roads also. So here one example is taken, that is government building, because that is nothing but roads and buildings department if is there. So in roads and buildings department, this executive engineer will be checking the government buildings. So one of the government buildings, just like example you can see municipal office, collector office, okay, uh, government college buildings, okay, and police stations. So these are all nothing but government buildings in the division. So whatever the buildings which are related to the government under his division only, he will check the structural stability, so that he can take the any action whether the building is going to failure, or whether any building is having any problem, or any repair works are there, he will be checked and he will be rectified by the executive engineer. Okay, so that will be recorded in the registers, and he will provide repairs and maintenance to the buildings. So just what I say, that is only the executive engineer will do. Okay, so repairs and maintenance will be buildings will be done with the proper machinery and equipments and with the help of people. Okay, so that will be done from the people also. So this will be done to the generally executive engineer duties, and he will fixes rent for buildings required for government offices. So generally he will fixing the rents also. So different types of rents will be keeping just for the government buildings for the approvals. Just like you can see, the concerned fixed by the government rate, the rent will be there. So this rent also will be received to the executive engineer monthly or weekly. Okay, and yearly also the rents will be there. So the correct rents are paying or not by the owners to the government offices, he will be identified and rectified, and he will invite tenders for the works up to 10 lakh rupees. So executive engineer has the powers up to 10 lakhs. So he can take the tender, or he can give the tender up to 10 lakhs. So up to 10 lakhs works, he can be identified and he can give the permission to the works, so that the tender works which are there, he can be done. So he can give the permission for the contractors and for the concrete works also. If any repair works also are there, he can be done by the up to 10 lakh rupees. So that's why the tenders also he can be invited by under his jurisdiction, and he will accords technical sanction for the works. So he will grant the technical sanction also. The different types of technical sanctions will be there. So these technical sanctions also will be controlled by the executive engineer. So he will be solving the problems regarding the construction works, and he will be giving the permissions to the his under the employees or any contractors for regarding the technical sanction. So he will be scrutinizing and checking the all the files and bills regarding the works, and will be sanctioned by him. So up to now we have seen all the duties of executive engineer. Now let us see the deputy executive engineer duties. So it is subdivisional officer supervises the works in different sections allotted to his subdivision. So deputy executive engineer is subdivision, and divisional office, in divisional office it is related to the subdivisional office. Okay, so he is a subdivisional officer, and the deputy executive engineer will be giving the report to the executive engineer. Okay, so he will be supervises the works in different sections allotted to the subdivision. So he will be responsible to the executive engineer for efficient management and execution of works. Okay, so for no problems getting in the management, so he should give the report to the executive engineer. So what are the duties of deputy executive engineer? So he will arranges stock, execution and completion of works in the subdivision. So in the divisional office or in the construction site, he will arranges the stock. Whatever the stock materials are not there in the offices or in the construction site, he will be buying and he will be giving the budget proposals for the site. And he will carries out regular check of works and ensures quality control. So he will be checking the inspection also. In site inspection, when he goes, he will be checking the works, and he will be ensures the quality control, generally checklist of concrete and cements or steel, and for brickwork, okay, for plastering, for everything whatever it is. So the measurements and inspection will be done. So that will be done by the duties of deputy executive engineer. Okay, so it will be the regular check, generally daily or weekly it will be there. So whatever the checks or reports you have done, it should be submitted to the executive engineer, and after that the executive engineer what he scrutinizes, and he will be submitted to the report to the his higher authorities. And deputy executive engineer ensures that works are executed as per the designs and specifications. So every engineer has to follow this point. They should execute the work as per the designs and specifications itself. Whatever the works are there, as per the designs and specifications are not are there. Okay, so as per the drawings and as per the calculations it is going or not, they have to check it. So these points will be maintained by the deputy executive engineer, and he will carries out check measurement in the measurement books. So this is a very important point. In every construction site we will have a measurement book. So what is this measurement book? A measurement book is nothing but used in the construction site for taking the measurements in the site. Okay, so that will be the related with concrete, steel or shuttering or any other works. So it will be just like pro forma, serial number, description of item of work, and length, breadth, depth, quantity, total quantity, remarks, and if cost is there, cost also. So it will be written in the measurement book. It will be just like a register. So every day the engineers who are in the site in charge, they should take the measurements in that measurement book. That should be compulsory recorded in that book, because these measurement books are very very important. So these measurement books are checked by the up to the chief engineers also, because as per the measurement books only the measurements are taken and written in the measurement book. So these calculations are written and they will be taken for the submitting of bills. From the measurement books, whatever they taken, the bills also prepared by with the help of this. So after these measurement books, checking the measurements, so they have to submit the proposal to the government. So the government proposal should be submitted by the chief engineer, whether as superintendent engineer, by the concerned authorities. So this will be done only by the taking the measurements from the measurement books. And he will carries out physical verification of all measurement books in the subdivision. So that means the measurement books which are there, he will be doing the physical verification. He will be checking the point to point whether the calculations are correct or not, and whether these calculations are matching as per the drawing or not. So that also should be identified. So that's why these measurement books are very very important in the construction divisions office. So these, when the division offices are there, these construction sites should follow the measurement books from the starting itself. From the starting of the project initiation up to the closure of the project, these measurement books should be followed. So with the help of these measurement books, so these are the duties of deputy executive engineer. And some more duties of executive engineer. So he will verify physically all stores including tools and plant. So here the executive engineer, which is deputy, he will be verifies the stores also. So in the construction site, the storeroom will be there. In the storeroom, the materials will be there. So what are the materials will be there? Just like cement, sand, okay, and any other useful tools, safety items, okay, hardware items which are used for the construction site. So that items also which are there, he will be verifies whether the all the materials are there or not. He will be checking the registers also. In the tools and plants, registers will be there. So whether as per the specifications and as per the standards the materials are there or not, he will be identified and will be checked. And he will check the muster rules in respect of daily engaged labor. This is a very important. So in the construction side, we will have the different types of labors. Okay. So one is, you can see, daily wage labor will be there. So this labor will be coming daily and they will be taking the daily amount for working day. So another labor will be there. They will be coming daily, but they will be taking for monthly amount. So there are permanent labors will be there and temporary labors will be there. Okay. In labors also we are having skilled and unskilled labors. So when are skilled labors, they are just like mason and carpenters who are there. They are technically we will call skilled persons. And coming to the unskilled persons, they are not more learned about the technical works. They are doing this small petty works like excavation and any other repair works, okay, and soil filling, so concrete works. These type of labors will be used for the unskilled labor. So and the register which is recorded in the site, that we will call as muster book. In that muster book, how many labors are present, how many labors are absent per day, okay, and you have to write the quantity of work to be done, the labor which he has engaged in the site, the quantity of work which was done by the labor entered in the muster book. But it will be given the payment per cubic meter, per running meter or meter square, whatever the work done by the labor in the site. Okay, so this muster rule register is also very important, and any discriminances will be find out, the deputy executive engineer will be taken action on the site, and he will maintain the accounts of all works in his division. So he will maintaining the some of the accounts registers also regarding to the sub small works and very large works. Okay, so everything will be written in that, just like registers and stock registers, indent registers, that, and account related salary particulars and staff details, transfers, etc. This will be written in that accounts book, and he will maintain buildings, roads, irrigation works in the division. So the divisional executive engineer will be look after the local works also. Under his division, he will be checking the all buildings and irrigation works. So buildings means you can see whether as government buildings, just like municipal offices or any collectorates or any other public buildings which are there, housing buildings, any other repairs or any water problems which are there, he will be identified and checked. And roads also, if any damages or with water, any CC roads construction, any WBM roads construction which are there, he will be inspected. And irrigation works also will be done. So canals and irrigation works, just like water pipelines, and next canal works, and next is culverts works, bridges. So whatever the works are there going in the his circle, he will be periodically inspection. Okay, and moreover, he should be reports to the executive engineer any damage to government to assets in his charge. So whatever the problems which are occurring in the site or anything reports, he should be compulsory report to the E. So executive engineer, he should be give the report, and if any damage to government assets in his charge, if any damage will be caused by the deputy executive engineer, that will be taken over the charge on him, and it will be removed from his salary, or any suspension will be done, or any remarks or any promotions will be delayed. Okay, so that's why the reports which are there, it should be correctly distributed to the executive engineer, and he should maintain cash book and checks estimates. So whatever the amount which we are spending near us to the construction works or any other related works, so we should maintain a cash book. Just or also we will call it as checkbook also another. So in cash book it will be just like a receipt. So the amount which is received and the amount which is deposited, that should be written in the cash book, and what is the balance also should be written in the cash book also. And next, in checks estimates. So in checks estimates, the quantities of items and details of constructions or any other diagrams which are there, that is called check estimates. So these are also maintained by the deputy executive engineer, and he will collect rent or revenue for land or buildings belonging to the department. Suppose roads and building department is there, so this roads and buildings department will look under his division whatever the government buildings are there, whether the rent is getting properly in time or not, whether any damages of buildings are there, and repair works, any patch works are there, that can be rectified by him, and he will be giving the budgets proposal, and he will be giving the permission to them. So this will be the identified in the land or buildings when the buildings were defined. So this will be finalized and this will be kept, and this will get the proposals from the government. Then the EE will be responsible to the higher authorities. Okay, so these are the duties of the deputy executive engineer, and this deputy executive engineer qualification also should be graduation, and he will also be getting this post by the experience, and he will be also selected by the public service commission based on his appearance and service regulations, the experience and services. He will get the promotions to the executive engineer. So this is the conditions and duties of the employees under the deputy executive engineer. So every divisional executive engineer deputy executive engineer should maintain these duties compulsory. If any remarks will be happen, that will be taken by the charge from the government. Okay, so he should maintain cash book also, and whatever the transfers or any proposals are there, he should be looked after by in his role. Okay, so I think everyone have understood. So in the next class we are going to see the assistant executive engineer duties. So thank you.